All right, guys, welcome back to the show. This is part 2 because we were having quite a few technical difficulties. Y'all know I'm not too tech savvy at all, so we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to hop straight into it. So if you were listening on the radio, we already did our scripture of the week. We already did our prayer as well. So we're going to skip to those things. I'm going to do my quick little intro. And the only thing I'm going to ask you guys is, did you take the love language quiz? Because you guys know on my show, on Let's Talk last week, we went over the 5 love languages. We went over the quiz. We went over the book by Gary Chapman. We had a great show and it was really fun. But did you guys take the test? Did you take it?
Nah.
Why?
You know, I was on the show for the quality time part. Then I pulled into the parking lot.
But what do you think? What do you think your love language is?
I like gifts.
So gift giving or the
Yeah, I'm really good at gift giving. Then physical touch has to be second.
What is it about gift giving that you like?
I can tell when someone knows me. And vice versa. I know people by that.
Actually, gift giving is not a big thing for me, but I do enjoy when people get me stuff because it's like, okay, you know me.
Yeah,
you know what I like.
Yeah. I hate words of affirmation. Don't tell me I'm pretty. I don't know how to respond.
Yeah, I actually noticed that about you. Like I said last week, I don't need affirmations. They're like quite unnecessary for me. Like they do. I'm not saying like don't compliment me because it's nice. I feel like everybody likes to get complimented every now and then, but does it necessarily boost my self-esteem? Like, no. And I know this is gonna sound like I'm full of it, but I know I'm pretty. You know what I mean? So it's like there's stuff you're telling me in my head. I'm like, I know. Y'all don't have to think I'm pretty. I think I'm pretty. So that's all that matters. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't need words of affirmation. Does nothing for me.
Someone told me I was pretty the other day. Someone of the opposite sex, guys. And I literally went like this. And right in front of them. Because I was.
But why does it make you feel awkward though? Like when you get complimented?
So I never started receiving compliments until I was older. So I never like processing them just never like came to like I don't know. I never learned how to like process them. I was just like, okay, thanks.
So on the days that I tell you like, hey, you look really cute today, like you look really nice, so it makes you feel strange? Does it make you feel weird?
Yeah, I think just coming from the opposite sex.
So it's just when like guys say
yes. Because yeah, when women compliment me, I'm like, oh, okay, thanks, with my little leg up, and yeah. And when a guy tells me, I just think men kind of annoy me. That might be a big thing.
And you know what? Now that I'm like analyzing why the like affirmation does nothing for me, I think it's because also like those who know me in person, you guys know I don't care what anybody thinks of me. So I also think that's why like when people compliment me, it's not that, don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't appreciate it, but it's also that's just how I've always been. Like I feel like I was raised, no, I wasn't raised in a way to not care. But I feel like because I was raised to care so much, the opposite happened. So it's like, because my parents raised me in a way like, you need to care what society thinks. I just don't. It's like flip-flop. So it's not that I don't receive compliments well or I don't take them. I will always say thank you, and it's nice, but it's something that I don't need to hear, if that makes sense. I don't need to hear it. It's well received, but I'm fine with it. I'm fine without it, if that makes sense. But anyways, take the love language quiz. And you know what? That's what I should have had you come do today. I should have had you come in here and take the love language quiz.
I mean, take it after.
Yeah, we actually we probably can. We probably can do it after, because I think those things actually will surprise you when you get the results. Anyways, guys, take the love language quiz, please. It'll teach you so much about yourself. Just like I told y'all last week, I'm very serious and adamant about the love language quiz. Anyways, I'm gonna pass it over to you because we are merging the shows today. Reason being is both of us just had a really hectic week. And usually when she does her show, I will typically stay behind with her. And no siree, Bob. It's just love you dearly, but I gotta go by a certain time. I'm tired today. So you do your little intro that you would typically do for your show. So what's going on? What's popping?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to She Talks, because it's not what she said today. So
she said what she said. Let's talk. So she talks.
She talks. But yeah, I had a week. I went to the leap room. It was very fun in there. I actually really like those type of kids when there's a man in there.
What is a leap room for those who don't know?
Violent kids.
Hey, don't.
Kids who need, like, they have behavioral issues. They're the special needs kids who have educational learning issues, and they like stim a lot, and they just need like individual time, versus the ones who like to hit and punch when they don't get their way. But those ones are really sweet. Like, it sounds really crazy, but they love you the most, if that makes sense.
It makes sense when you're in that environment. It does.
Yeah. And I was in there and I loved it. I was in there twice, actually. And the first day I was in there, I didn't get hit. I got pinched, but I didn't get hit. I got kissed a lot. Second day, I guess they loved me so much that they just kept hitting me. And I was like, okay, like, time to go home. Time to, yeah. But I loved it so much. And yeah, that was really my week. I had to drop a class because I forgot to take my midterms. But yeah.
Well, I'm glad you had a good week. Or weekend last week. Today's only Monday. Today doesn't feel like a Monday, though. Today feels like something else to me. It doesn't feel like a Monday. I feel like it's just because it's been a long week. Okay, guys, so we're going to get into our first topic. And we're going to be talking about open rebuke at church, right? So oftentimes when you're watching videos online, you'll see like clips of pastors calling people out, worship leaders calling people out, and just people being very ridiculous in the church house. So Samia's going to play a little video, a little clip of our dearly beloved Marvin Sapp, and we're going to see what Marvin Sapp has to say in this clip.
Now let me say this. Praise and worship team got to get better. Y'all ain't got to say amen. I sing for a living. I know they ain't as good as they supposed to be. And I'm holding them accountable. Ain't I holding y'all accountable? Come here and sound like trash. I'm the pastor. I can say this. Sit here.
You know what? He won't do it because he knew he messed up so bad. Because you went on there bashing. You went on there bashing people for singing terribly, and look at you. You were worse.
That video always, like, honestly makes me almost cry because, one, it's the finger. You know when people have the finger up when they're singing, they really think they're doing something. Marvin Sapp, love him, because we have to love everybody, right? Love him. Honestly, really a great singer. But ever since the whole lock the doors, when he was forcing people to give offering and he told the ushers to lock the doors, he's been a bit off. But we're going to get into open rebuke and stuff like that. So one of the things that I noticed that I didn't like is, one, the use of the language, because specifically him being the pastor of the church, right? If you are the pastor of the church, I feel like there is you have to love your congregation, because obviously they're the ones. Okay, if you didn't have a congregation, who exactly would you be pastoring? right? You have to have people to pastor. So because you have to have people to pastor, there's a way that you need to be able to deal with those people. There's a way that you should be able to speak to those people. So for him to specifically be talking about his worship team, his praise and worship team like that, and then saying what they're doing is trash, I find it extremely disrespectful. Honestly, if I was up there, me knowing me, maybe I would have went home. I'm not going to say 100%, but it could have been possible that I probably would have just left, because if you're saying what I'm doing is trash and I know I'm doing it with 100% of myself, that's just not right. How do you feel about it?
They better than me, because they got behind him and sung better than him. So I would have laughed at his face after church. And that's because I'm petty.
But the thing is, you see how crazy, like, God has just worked so fast. Because imagine you just get done saying such a statement like that, and then once you start to sing, you sound way worse than what you just called trash. So he's not the only one who does it, and I'm only calling it out publicly because it's open to the public for people to watch. That's why we just played the clip. And I also wanted to get another clip of Prophet Brian Karn, who everyone knows at this point. Prophet Brian Karn is known for open rebuke. He's known for calling people out. As a matter of fact, I was watching a video today of him getting on to the bass player, because he was teaching his congregation a new song, right? In this new song, the musicians have never heard it, right? Because he was literally singing it right then and there. And then he stopped everything and was telling the bass player, like, no, do it like this, do. The bass player was a bit confused, right? So, and then, like, he was like, oh, can you not hear? How come all the rest of the musicians can do it, but you can't? So things like this that happen in the church, honestly, grieves me, because there's a way that you talk to people. There's things you don't have to openly say. It's extremely unnecessary. If you're the pastor of the church, you should know what time that rehearsal happens. And let's go back to Marvin Sapp, right? Because Marvin Sapp is a very well-known singer, has a lot of great songs, actually. So I'm pretty sure that he probably goes to the rehearsals. I'm just assuming, right? Because singing is his craft. He was a artist before he was a pastor. As a matter of fact, I don't even know when he started pastoring, if we're being quite honest, but we see that quite a bit. It's like, I feel like when people's music career starts to like flatline, yeah, like once it starts to dwindle pretty much, I feel like they just go into pastoring. Not all pastors. I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just speaking generally. I feel like that's what a lot of them do. But anyways, I feel like he really could have sat down with the praise and worship team, people that are helping your ministry at that, and then say, hey guys, here's some things that I would like for you guys to work on. Here's some things that I feel like would benefit us as the worship team or the church, so on and so forth. So there is a way that you need to speak to people in a congregation, especially when you're a leader, because I feel like sometimes leaders, we just say things and we don't think, which is not always a good thing. What do you have to add?
I do that. I say things that I don't think, but then I have to go back and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry for saying this. Mm-hmm. So I just think it's important to take accountability. I can tell you right now, a lot of pastors have such an ego, and they like get into their sanctuary and they're just telling people so much about themselves, but they're not looking at their own self. So they just blank, kind of, and they don't take accountability when they're in the wrong, which he was very much so in the wrong, because there's a way you talk to people.
They didn't even sound bad, though.
They sounded better than him. Again.
Yeah, they did sound bad. And I think what you said is very true, though, about like the accountability thing. I feel like sometimes pastors, again speaking generally, I feel like that sometimes they are just too full of themselves, because at one point in the video he was like, oh, I'm the pastor, I can say that. Yeah, you are the pastor, and you can say it, but not that way. So we just have to be very careful as leaders. In the same way you admitted that sometimes you do that, I do that too. Yeah. But accountability, like Samia said, is so important. Like, as a leader, you need to know your weak spots. I know my mouth gets me in a lot of trouble. It just got me in trouble like 2 seconds. My mouth just got me in trouble a couple minutes ago because I struggle with thinking before I speak. And I feel like a lot of people struggle with that. But first things first is you have to recognize you struggle with that, because if you don't recognize it, you're not going to be able to fix it. And also, I'm going to add this too. When you're a leader, it's good to get feedback from people. At my church, I work with the youth. I've been working with the youth for over 10 years now. Time flies. Yuck. I'm getting old.
We told you that.
Mind your business. Anyways, I've been working with the youth for over 10 years. My goodness. Glory be to God. Over 10 years. That's really crazy. But in my position of leadership, as of now, right now, I'm the youth coordinator. And every single year, we always have an end of the year meeting, and we always have a start of the year meeting. Honestly, we always have meetings. We have meetings quite a bit. And sometimes I'm like, are they getting tired of me with these meetings? I just like meeting. It's good to meet.
Anyway, like something to be said in a text, but I'll come.
I like face-to-face conversation. I think it's better than texting. I'm kind of old school when it comes to that. Anyways, guys, but towards the I think the beginning of the year meeting, I always ask the committee that collaborates with me. I always ask them, I'm like, hey guys, what are some pros and what are some cons regarding me? What's some good things I've done and what's some bad things I've done? Because the whole thing, like when you're working for God and you're working with his children, you're in ministry, we're here to serve others. Yes, we're serving God, but we're serving and we're helping other people around us. So, I have to make sure that I am doing my due diligence. So I always ask, like, what's some good things I've done? What's some things I need to work on? And typically they always say, oh no, nothing. But last year, the start of this year, they were like, hey, sometimes you're just a little too direct. Sometimes you're just a little too blunt. Like you tell people things too directly, and you need to understand not everybody can take that heat. And you know what? Samia's here. She's my witness. I didn't get angry. I didn't get mad. I listened to what they said, and I know my personality. I'm very blunt and I'm very direct because I prefer people to be very blunt and very direct with me. But I can't expect everyone else to take things how I take things. If you tell me, Jen, what you're doing sucks, switch it. I'm not going to go home and cry. I promise you I'm not. I'm just going to go home and like figure out how I can do a better job. But now if I go to Samia and I'm like, hey, you sound really bad right now. You need to like fix that. She may not take it how I would take it.
I'm crying.
What?
I'm crying.
Yeah, she would cry. So that's something that they told me that I need to work on, and I've been working on it. Have I been doing a better job this year?
I think so.
It's taking you a long time to answer.
I was just like, she hasn't made me cry.
Stop, you're making me sound so But in my defense, guys, wouldn't you want someone to tell you the truth? Because there's other people, it's like they're talking about you when they get home, right? They're talking about you when they get in their car. So why can't I just tell you the truth? I just need to work on my approach, though.
Tell me the truth kindly. Don't come up to you and say, hey, I think you really stink. You think I stink? I'm going to cry. Now everyone thinks I stink, so now I have to go home and take 10 showers.
Well, we're working on it. So back to Marvin Sapp, though. I feel like he needs to take accountability not only Marvin Sapp, though, all leaders take accountability, listen to those who are around you, and do what I did. Ask people, hey, do you like how I'm treating you? Because stuff like that is important. And one thing that I always tell the people that I am leading, feelings are important and emotions are important. So please, if I offend you, let me know. Because like I said, I know myself and I'm working on myself. So, express your feelings and share your feelings. And hopefully his worship team has expressed how they felt about that moment that went viral, mind you. So very much so embarrassing. So I'm hoping that he does take accountability as a leader. What do you hope for him?
See, I was about to say something so bad. I was about to say I hope they all left, but that's what I would have done. I would have got my purse, got my little keys, got in my car, push start. I'm out, and I'm not coming back. I'm going somewhere else, somewhere where I'm appreciated. Because I feel like that entire situation can just be interpreted as he doesn't appreciate what I do. So
yeah.
And honestly, at that point, does the Lord even appreciate what you're doing? Is the Lord even what's the word, reciprocating your church's worship because your pastor is not what your pastor needs to be? So I'm leaving. I'm going somewhere where I know I can be told something in a way that's not publicly humiliating, because if I feel like my worship team sucks, the next worship team rehearsal, I'm saying, hey guys, service didn't go so well last time. I think we need to work on this, this, and this.
And that's something, yeah, like at rehearsal.
It's
like,
not a church thing.
No, it's not a like, everybody doesn't need to know.
At all.
Everybody doesn't need to know. Whatever happens in the group stays in the group. It needs to be discussed in the group. Like, let's get into that too. If something happens in, let me make up a ministry. Well, not make one up, but let's say something happens in, I'll just use youth ministry. I don't have to go around telling everybody what happened. I'm going to fix it right there. Because I feel like that also creates so many other issues, because someone in another group doesn't need to know what's going on in that group, especially if they have nothing to do with it. They can't even provide you any solutions. So the same way his congregation, sir, the congregation that you're telling this to, they don't go to rehearsal. They can't sing, because if they could, they would have been on the worship team. So like, why are you expressing it to them? That's something that you need to express strictly to that group.
Yeah. Praying for him.
That's all he can do. I'm telling you, ever since when he was like, lock the doors, and was trying to get offering from people, I was like, Mr. Sapp,
sign one. Why are you still there? That's your sign to leave.
You know what? Yeah, that probably would have been a red flag for me. I'm grabbing my little purse and I'm leaving. Well, I couldn't leave because he said lock the doors. I'd have had to look for a side door somewhere that wasn't blocked. Anyways, you guys, we're going to quickly hop into our next topic, and we're going to be talking about being girls. Being girls in a Christian society. And I know that sounds probably quite vague, but I feel like a lot of people don't understand the pressure that comes with being a girl in the Christian society. However, it's quite important because there's always been a double standard when it comes to church, when it comes to men and women, period, point blank. If you are born in a different, with different cultural values, we come from a Haitian background, and you can clearly see the bias when it comes to raising Haitian girl how Haitians raise their girls versus how they raise their boys. And it's not just Haitians. You find that in the Asian culture, you find it in the African culture, you find it in so many different cultures. I'm not too sure how it is in the American culture when it comes to raising boys and girls. Even though I was born and raised in America, I'm not really in touch with their culture. So I don't know. I can only speak about the pressure of being a girl in the society and in the culture that I've grown up in. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the pressure of being quiet. The pressure of being quiet. So, I feel like ever since Apostle Paul wrote, I forgot in which book, and I should have written it down. I want to say, dang, where'd he say that? I want to say First Timothy, I think. Don't quote me. Yeah, don't quote me. But anyways, ever since he said, something along the lines of women need to learn like in quietness. Pretty much, if you have a question, ask your husband when you get home, so on and so forth. I feel like a lot of people have kind of taken that culture and has just have used that verse to pretty much essentially make women not express themselves or make women be quiet. It's almost as if you're a woman and you have an opinion, it's a bad thing. If you're a woman and you like to talk in public, it's a bad thing. So the best type of woman to be as a Christian girl / woman in society is a quiet one, because they have fooled a lot of people to believe that quietness equals submission. And boy, oh boy, I think I talked about this maybe last year on my show. Quietness does not mean submission. I don't know where that I don't know who made that up. I don't know specifically in my culture. I know that's what they think that means. So much so, a lot of people will marry quiet people. I know my dad, hey, if you're listening, but he always told us he married my mom because she's quiet. Boy, was he in a surprise, because my mom's the complete opposite. So we were all like raised in this sense of, good Christian girl is quiet and she listens. So how do you feel about that? Good Christian girls are quiet and they're supposed to listen.
Honestly, I think that's true, because a lot of times some people would be like, oh, my son and your daughter, they'll tell me, they'll be like, oh, you would go great with my son, I like you. You don't know me, because I promise you, as soon as I get home, I'm screaming from the top of my lungs. I'm not quiet. I'm quiet at other people's houses because I'm not nervous, but I have home training. Mm-hmm. Not in my home, but in someone else's home, I have home training. So I'm gonna be kind, quiet, polite in someone else's home. But that doesn't mean I'm quiet in my home. I'm not quiet in my home. So, I don't know. I feel like you could be a good Christian girl and be loud. You can be a good Christian girl and be crazy and wild.
Crazy and wild how?
Crazy and wild as like energy-wise. Crazy and wild.
Okay. I'm like, what crazy and wild are you talking about?
But energetic. You could be energetic and a good Christian girl. Because I'm quiet doesn't mean I'm good.
You can have a personality and be a Christian. The amount of people that I think I shared this on the show. I remember someone texted me and was like, wow, thank you so much for really showing me that someone could be a Christian and have a personality, because I don't think you guys understand how it's been instilled in women. Pretty much as a Christian woman, this is how you got to be. You shouldn't have an opinion. You can't express yourself. You can't be known as someone who likes to talk. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do. No, we weren't created for that whatsoever. However, is it good to be someone who is slow to speak, quick to listen, and slow to speak, like the Bible says? Of course, but that does not only go for women, it goes for men as well. That goes for everybody. Those are good things to practice. However, to suppress yourself all the time and then to constantly not share opinions, for me, that feels like mental prison. Doesn't that feel like mental prison to you?
Yeah, I'm very opinionated. My mouth doesn't say it, my face will, 100%. And my face talks for me, because my parents have told me that my way with words is not good. So, when I grew up, I just said everything. Rowdy. Growing up, I would just say whatever came to my mind. I just didn't care. And then one day, my mom was like, "You have no filter," and I was like, "Okay." So I didn't gain a filter, not necessarily, because I still say whatever I want, but before I say it, my face will say it.
Yeah. And then also, I think coming from someone who also doesn't have the best filter, people will be like, why can't you just watch what you say? Do you know how hard that is? God has created everybody with a personality, and that's why it's written in the Bible for us to be quick to listen and slow to speak. Because you know why it's in the Bible? Because people like me need that. Not everyone can just guard their mouth. It's hard for some people to do. Just like there's other people, maybe it's hard for you to not struggle with anxiety. Maybe it's hard for you to believe in yourself. Maybe, the same way it's hard for you to do that type of stuff, it's hard for me to not be reckless with my mouth at times. When I say be reckless with my mouth, it's not even anything crazy, but it's more so like Samia said, I'm an opinionated person. And also, because of how I was raised, and being like, you know, quiet. I was so quiet growing up. Like, I remember when we would go to conferences, my teachers would be like, oh my goodness, Mr. Jean, you have such a quiet daughter. And my dad would be so happy. Because again, Haitians think, in our culture, they think like when you're quiet, that's the best thing. But in American culture, the gag is Americans, when you're quiet, for them, they think something is wrong with you. Like, my teachers used to think something was wrong with me. Like, why is she so quiet? Why doesn't she have an opinion? So the older I've gotten, the more I've learned how to pretty much express myself and to have an opinion. And trying to find that balance is quite, for me, it's difficult, and it's a learning process. You guys know, I was just, you know, come on here and keep it real and raw with you guys. So that's why I had to share that, because I know how my mouth can get at times. So I'm just working on it. What are you doing to work on yours? Nothing?
Not a thing. But also, I fear if I say things, and it's not even that I have no filter, but I also have a way with words that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have a Samia dictionary. You have to, like, I say things, but I don't mean it how I say it. Because I've said multiple things on my show previously that came out wrong. Completely incorrect, but that's not how I meant it. I meant it in a manner of this, and this, not that, and that. So my way with words just doesn't really make sense. So I know if I were to tell somebody, like, if somebody were to tell me something that I just don't like, I'm just gonna be like, well, I'm not doing that. And they're gonna be offended. And I'm like, I'm not doing it to hurt your feelings. I'm just not doing. That's not something that I can do. Not something that I want to do. So that's just something that rubs people the wrong way quite often. So I mean, I've just learned to side eye.
I mean, that's probably not the greatest.
It's either that or get your feelings hurt. And I think they both hurt your feelings, but one will hurt more, I promise. So,
it's just difficult,
so
to say
hard.
the least. And like I said, if you don't struggle with that, then you don't understand the struggle. It's just a learning process. Everything is a process. Everything is a journey. But next point of being a Christian girl in society. So aside from being told that we can't have opinions really, and we can't think how we want to think and share and so on, so forth. And I'm speaking generally. It's not like this for everywhere that you go, but for some people that's literally how they were brought up. But the other thing that a lot of young ladies deal with is modesty. So that's something else that we deal with in the Christian society. The type of clothes to wear, because obviously, some people still want to dress like in fashion or what's in style, and then you meet modesty, and then that kind of gets a bit fuzzy, right? So how do you navigate your journey with modesty?
I'm still navigating, because the shirt that I have on right now is a crop top. I just shoved a tank top under it, but that's modesty, because there's your tank top is underneath, therefore your stomach's not showing. Yeah, but it wouldn't be like this if I wasn't coming here.
Okay. at least
it wouldn't. And that's just because I feel like there's just certain things that I'm just like, dang, if this is causing someone to stumble, they have issues. But I just get to me and I'm like, okay, but when a guy has a tank top on, it's causing me to stumble, because I promise you I'm yanking my head back 5 times to look at that person.
You like muscles?
I love them.
Really?
That means you could pick me up. Whee! But not even just that, but then I also started realizing I have many different, like, quote unquote, I don't want to say personas because it sounds wrong, but I have many different, like, style personas. Mm-hmm. Because if I'm going to work, I'm dressing in a way that won't get me fired. Then that's for both my jobs. So if I'm coming to church, I'm dressing in a way that I can serve the Lord, be comfortable, and not cause anyone to stumble in his house. If I'm going out, I'm going out. Whatever I'm wearing out, I try to cover, I'll try to cover it try to cover up as best as I can. But then if I hate it, then I'm wearing whatever I want to wear. Yeah. And that's just because sometimes I feel restricted, because sometimes some people will tell me, oh, that's too tight, oh, you're showing too much this, oh, you're showing too much that, and I'm just like, okay, at this point I'm just restricted, so I don't know what to wear, I'm gonna wear what I want, and that makes it easier on me. So I've honestly, because of winter, thankfully I've just been wearing a lot of hoodies, but now it's hot outside, and I'm like, I don't know what to wear. About to just start throwing clothes on.
I think when it comes to modesty, I'm not going to say I've mastered it completely. I know back in my younger days, you know, it was a journey for me. Sometimes I still struggle because I feel like thankfully for me, God has put people in my life to keep me accountable when it comes to that. Like, hey, that's a bit racy. You might want to go home and change. And, you know, I always try to listen to people. But also, I feel like people need to be patient with people, especially like the younger ladies. Not saying to just completely bypass what they're wearing. If you know you can help somebody out gently and kindly, do that. But also remember, young people are figuring themselves out. And I feel like it's unfair to just have so much expectations from young people. Because when you were young, what were you doing? When you were young, what did you have on? When you were young, how were you doing your hair? Like, keep those things in mind, because you were once young as well. And I'm going to get a bit off track for a little bit, because I know we're talking about girls. But I'm going to specifically talk about hair, right? So I have a younger brother. His name is Jeff. Hey, Mom, I know you're listening. And she's going to be like, why would you bring that up? Anyways, I'm going to bring it up anyway. But he has hair, pretty much freeform locks. That's what it looked like to me. I personally don't like it. I think it looks a mess. I do. I think he looks so much better when his hair is cut, because it just suits him. But at the same time, because I know he's young, and because I know it's like he's going through a phase, and that's what's in style. Like, when afros was out, everyone had an afro. I have pictures of my dad with an afro. Like, everyone had an afro. When the Jerry curl was out, everybody had a Jerry curl. So it's like, these young boys, crazy hair that's what's in style. Why is crazy hair in style? I don't know. Does it look good? No. They all look a mess with it. Honestly, in my opinion, I just personally don't like it. There's other people who love it. Me, it's just not for me. But you have to be patient with them at the same time, because when you're yelling at someone to change, they're not going to change. If anything, they're going to just be 10 times worse. Imagine if God was yelling at you to change all the time. Would you have changed? No. How did you come to God? Didn't you come to God willingly? God doesn't force anybody to come to him. We do it willingly. So you guys have to, everyone who's forcing people to do stuff, you have to let people willingly find their way, because everyone has their own journey. So these people who are struggling with their road to modesty, let them find their way. You can help them. You can definitely help these young ladies. Like, hey girl, your skirt's a little too tight, it's a little too short. Hey, I think this style would look really nice on you. Hey, have you seen this A-line maxi dress? I think it would look great. You know, there's little ways, there's like different things that you can do. But forcing people to be a certain way, to fit a certain part, you can help people, and you can do that. But just remember, patience is key, and you can't force people to do stuff. Please don't force people to do stuff. Be patient with them on their journey. What would you add to that about people being on their modesty journey?
It's hard. One year, my dad, it was my junior year, my sophomore year, I don't know, it was a year. But my dad told me, I was wearing a crop top. My mom and dad were both yelling at me. Mind you, it's like 5 minutes before I have to leave the house, so I'm definitely not changing. So I just grab a jacket, I put it on, I leave. Jacket comes off at school. So jacket came off. But my dad did have to come pick me up. This was a day where a voicemail, love you, Dad. A voicemail was sent to my phone, and that voicemail lives in my head.
One more last time.
He was so mad at me because my phone was literally powered off, charging far from me, and he was like, "What do you have a phone for? If you're not gonna answer it." And I was like, I was listening to his voicemails back, and I was all laughing.
Samia, I'm gonna call you one more last time.
And it was just like the one more last time that really got me. I was like, okay, like one more last time we could call. And it's so funny to me. But he came and got me. He saw me in my thingy. He yelled at me a little, but I still wore it. And 4 years after that, I still wore things that I shouldn't have worn. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, you guys yelling at me, tell me to change repeatedly.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't help. I'm not changing.
Doesn't help.
There'll be a jacket on top. There'll be something to quote unquote cover me up, but it won't stay there. So honestly, I'm not going to say leave me alone about it, but telling me the same thing over and over again, if you keep telling me the same thing and you realize I have not changed, why do you think telling me for the 1,000th time is going to make me change? It's not.
However, parents, still keep doing your job. You know, don't let your child walk out the house any kind of way. But to be completely honest, kids are so sneaky. Like when I was in school, hey mom, I know you're listening again. I was doing this in elementary school, mind you. We were not allowed to wear shorts growing up. Not even the appropriate shorts, like the shorts that were a few inches above your kneecap. Like my mom would not let us wear shorts. So I would put shorts in my backpack and I would go to school and I would change into my shorts because everyone else is wearing shorts. So why can't I wear my shorts? So honestly, yeah, set the standard at home if you have children, but just always keep in mind that 9 times out of 10 they're changing once they get to school. They're changing when they get to school. They're gonna wear what they want to wear because on their journey, this is something that they have to naturally want to do by themselves. Raising kids is so hard. Yuck.
See, and I'm gonna tell my child twice, hey, you can't wear that. Hey, you can't wear that. And you're going to keep wearing it, so I'm just going to stop saying it. But one day, pray, hopefully, it just clicks for you that this is not cute. Because for me, crop tops, like the one I'm wearing right now, I would never just wear it out like this. Because I have pants that go with it. They're long, so I'd wear it with that. But crop tops, I don't love them anymore. I used to love them. I had so many of them. I don't love them anymore. I'll wear them, but something has to be on top at this point. So for me, I learned that I just don't like them anymore. I liked them because everyone else liked them. I don't like them
because it was a trend. It was in style, and people like to wear what's trendy. And I remember when you were in your crop top phase, and all I would try to do to help was tell you to wear high-waisted jeans.
High-waisted jeans look like, dumb on me.
Well, if you wear high-waisted jeans and you're wearing a crop top, your belly's not going to show, but you can still wear the crop top. So sometimes I feel like it's a matter of just trying to help someone figure out how to work around it, because I wear crop tops all the time, but people wouldn't know because I just will wear like a skirt, or I will wear something that covers my stomach. And I mean, I easily could have been in the crop top phase too if I wanted to. I just never I don't like my stomach out. Like even in my hot girl days, city girl days, I
know that sounds crazy because I just said I don't like crop tops, but I love my stomach out, but it's also because of my birthmark. Oh. So my birthmark just makes me want to show my stomach because
everybody look.
It's so cute to me, which is also why I want a belly ring. But we're not gonna get into that. We'll skip that one. But I like having my belly out, which is another problem for me. But I've learned to wear low-rise jeans because that's what suits me the best. Low-rise jeans with a long shirt, or low-rise or crop top with high pants, like Janine said. I hate high-waisted pants though. They just look dumb on me. I look stupid.
You're wearing high-waisted now.
No, I'm not. These are low-rise.
Low-rise.
It's because I'm sitting.
It is. Yeah, you got a short wear, so. Yeah, I don't know. I just never been a belly out kind of girl. Like, I can count on my fingers how many times I've worn a bikini. My mom used to buy me bikinis. Yeah, I'm calling you out, girl.
That's crazy.
Really?
Not wearing shorts, but buying you bikinis.
Girl, I don't know. Like, honestly, yeah, no. Let's get into that. Because how are you not letting me wear appropriate shorts but buying me bikini?
Something.
Like,
somebody.
yeah.
Something's wrong.
Honest, yeah. Girl, I don't know. But I can count on my fingers how many times I've worn a bikini. Like, I don't like I don't know. That's, for me, that's always been, I just always felt uncomfortable. I've always been like a one piece type of girl. And now I'm really just a swim dress kind of girl. If I'm going to the beach, you're going to find me in a cute little swim dress, maybe like a halter tied around the back of the neck. But a bikini, there's some goodies I have to say for my future husband. I gotta save for my future man. I gotta keep the goodies covered. Can't go to the beach with my business hanging out, because why are you looking at my business hanging out? Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I like the skirts.
Those are cute.
I like those.
I actually think I might get into that.
Part. My top part won't be long.
You see, let me tell y'all about those the ones that tie like that. because I've had when the few times I have worn a bikini, this is probably why I don't. Those things don't hold. Like, I don't know if it's just my skin.
Are you tying them correctly?
I was. And you know how they will have that little grip, like that silicone grip, so it will stay. Child, in the pool, sliding off. I'm like, oh no, I would be under the water, like trying to pull it up. I'm like, somebody get me a one piece, please. Get me a one piece.
I've never had that struggle. But I also have always gotten like a bathing suit that doesn't have to tie. My first bathing suit that I had to tie was last year. But I don't like my lower half being out.
Oh, okay.
So I could wear shorts. I could wear a pair of shorts and love them. But if I feel like my butt cheeks are out, I'm just like, somebody towel.
You see, but that's why I cannot wear a one piece. I feel like one pieces nowadays, the swimsuits that they've been making these days, it's literally thongs. Literally thong. People, have y'all been to the beach? Hey, have you been to the beach? Have you been to the beach recently? The beach it's not at this point, it's really starting not to be family friendly, because how is this family friendly if there's cheeks all over the place? And I'm not talking about the cheeks on your face, like straight cheeks, like the bottoms that they're making for swimsuits, even when it's a one piece, like they're so cheeky, and literally your whole bottom like it's all out. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why I had to just switch over to swim dresses, because at least there's more coverage. Because I don't.
The one piece you got
don't look at me there.
The one piece you got me, guys. We went to a store down here in
Burlington. Why are you saying it like it's a code?
I don't know.
Like it's a secret.
Whoops. We went to Burlington down here, and we I was looking at things. So I was like, it was really cute. But like the part that covers my hoo-ha was like very small. So she was like, this is not gonna cover anything. I was like, it's gonna cover it. So she made me like
we measured it in the store.
She made me make a triangle with my hands over my hoo-ha and made me hold it up to the dress, and it covered it. And then she's like, it's not gonna cover it. Proceeds to buy it for me. And then I get home and I put it on. I'm like, you don't know what she's talking about.
It was, how much was it?
$8.
That's why I bought it. That's why I bought it, because it was $8. Because if it was hitting the 15 mark, you would have had to just put it away. I told her I'm done buying her stuff, by the way.
She proceeded to buy me things, guys. She's not done.
I am done.
You're not done. She's saying this now.
I know.
Watch.
But anyways, yeah, swimsuits, I feel like when it comes to modesty in swimsuits, that's kind of,
it's tricky.
It's tricky. It's tricky, because you can't send people to just, I mean, if you want to wear a long sleeve swimsuit, that's fine, because people do it. I mean,
yuck.
They do it. There's some cultures, what women, the Muslim women?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's just getting in the water and a full and then it's just sticking to me. I can't get it off.
At that point, that's like I don't feel like I'm taking a shower fully dressed. But I will say it's a good thing though, because their bodies are covered. It's good, and that's how they feel comfortable. But yeah, it's hard. I'm telling you guys, if you guys go to the swim section right now, I'm like, who's about to y'all are making this for me? Size 2?
Do you remember that trend that was going around where it was just like, this is my bathing suit, and they'd hold up either nothing or a thread. Oh, and then people in the comments would be like, oh, why are you so covered? Bathing suit makers, that's a heart.
Girl, I don't know. Like, that's never, not judging anyone who does. I mean, it's not modest, but however.
Do you, boo?
Everyone has their, that's their right. Not my right, though. Not her right either, as long as I'm with her. That's why we're in Burlington measuring, because I was like, are you sure that's gonna cover what needs to be covered? And we had to measure, and we had to make sure, and she sent me a nice little video, and it fit her. So that was a good $8 investment. And I actually need to invest in myself and buy bathing suits. I've been wearing the same 2 swim dresses for like about 5 years.
I buy a new bathing suit every year.
You need to stop. And you know
But
what?
I grow out of them.
If I knew that, I would not have bought that swimsuit.
I grow out of them. I know I grow out of them because I lose weight. I lose or I gain.
So you can stop.
I got one. My mommy bought me one though. It said, I don't remember, but it said something on it. I can't wear it because my booty's just out. I'm just too exposed, and it's a one piece. So
yeah, I mean I'm saying even the one pieces are getting a bit out of control. For me at least, like I said, for me they're getting a bit out of control.
Yeah.
So we're gonna. What time is it? 8:39. We're gonna stop right there because I think we did just officially hit our hour mark because we started. Yeah, we did have a bit technical difficulties. I mean, we were thinking about actually combining the shows every last Monday of the month. Did we discuss? Mm-hmm. So every last Monday of the month, we're gonna have a She Talks. We're gonna have a She Talks, and we'll just do the show together. Looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be funny. Yeah, but funny because we literally always have a lot to talk about.
Jokes. One more last time.
Yeah, it was.
I wish I still had that voicemail.
I know. No, that was a good laugh. But yeah, y'all actually got to see that we're pretty much quite similar, and it actually scares me. I don't even know. I'm like, when did you turn into me?
Maybe when I started Sunday school teaching.
No, I think it was well before that. Yeah,
who knows?
I've been looking at you. I'm like, hey, that's familiar, and then I'm like, oh, because it's reminding me of me. Anyways, guys, that's all we have for today. Say your final words so we can leave.
Thank you so much for tuning in to She Talks. This is episode uno. We'll be back for episode dos.
Next.
Let's see.
The flyers.
Oh, I guess not, guys. So
we have a couple of things coming up this week. We're going to start with this one because it's Thursday. We're inviting you all to our church. On Thursday, we're going to be having communion, and we're going to sit at the table the same way Jesus did with his disciples, and that's going to be this Thursday the 2nd, starting at 7 p.m. The address is on the flyer: 1340 Hiram Ackworth Highway, Dallas, Georgia 30157, and that is going to be this Thursday. Let's move on to Friday, where we're going to go over the 7 final sayings of Jesus on the cross. Very important, very informative. Make sure that you're there 7 p.m. on the dot, obviously the same address. Sunday morning, we have our Resurrection Sunday service, where we're going to be celebrating the resurrection of our Savior, which is also going to be great, starting at 11 a.m. And we do not have the flyer for the concert, but we do have a concert that will be Sunday, April 5th, Resurrection Day, starting at 6 p.m. Literally, it's going to be great. It's going to be a movie, as the young kids like to say. Don't y'all say that? It was a movie? No. Okay.
I've never heard anybody say that.
Maybe that's more so my generation. My age is showing. Anyways, come to the concert. The concerts are always, honestly, really fun. At least
funny.
Okay, yeah. Very funny. Like, there's always a good laugh. I'll be there. Y'all know I'm gonna be there. She's gonna be there. She's performing.
I am. I'm so excited.
I'm gonna be like this. Record. You know the mom on Mean Girls? It's gonna be over people's laps. But yeah, so make sure that you come to the concert. It's gonna be an amazing time. We're gonna have so much fun, different performances. The choir is gonna sing, youth choir is gonna sing. Samia and her little group. What are y'all called? Scratch chin? Grabs neck. What are y'all called? You don't know? Okay, guess that means y'all are gonna have to find out on Sunday at the Resurrection concert, because she doesn't know.
I don't.
So that's all we have today, guys, and we'll see you guys. Well, we'll see y'all next Monday, but we won't be together. But the last Monday of this month we'll be together. because the shows are merged. Anyways, we love y'all all so much.
I didn't do my outro.
Do your outro.
Wait, sorry. I'm trying to figure out when the last Monday is. What the heck? Why is it not scrolling?
Press the arrow.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
The 27th.
Thank you so much for tuning into She Talks. This is the first episode. Come back for episode 2, which will be the 27th, April 27th. Love you guys so much. Bye.
Bye.
You don't have to try,